Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today's video is all about building this really awesome wizardy looking place. So without further ado, let's get on with the time lapse, and so you can just see how much time went into this project. Okay, so as always, I like to make this disclaimer up front. This build took a lot of time, and because of this, my brain was completely scrambled by the end. So there is no interior, but I would really like to hear what the community thinks about what can be done with the space provided. There's going to be a lot, so definitely stay tuned. Now, I have two ideas for the interior and for this project as a whole. One is that it could be an old wizard's Hamlet, perhaps a wizard that has fallen from grace due to times changing, and his help is no longer needed in the capacity it once was. Because of this, the Hamlet is rarely visited and is viewed with a healthy dose of superstition from the locals at Avenberg and beyond. This could present some really neat ideas on how to decorate the interior. Maybe I could make it half abandoned and have spider webs and broken down sections that have given out over time. I could add some additional details to the exterior walls, make them look more worn and beaten down by using slabs and stair blocks and things like that. Now, my second idea is that it could be a wizarding school. Now, it could be a school that houses very few pupils and students and will only accept those with exceptional magical talent. Now, once again, this idea could drastically change the interior. Instead of broken down and barren, it could be stunning and fascinating. There could be floating objects above classrooms, pillars made of rare materials that lead up to vaulted ceilings, or even libraries that reach as high as the eye can see. Either of these ideas have really great potential, so I'm very interested to see what you think is the best route. Now, definitely please write down your opinions in the comments, and the most votes will win. I will also put a poll up on Twitter, and we will just kind of collectively take all those votes and kind of see which route this will take. Now, for the walkthrough, I'm going to have each of y'all kind of see, like I'm going to have the rooms marked off so you can kind of comment below and do one specifically. So definitely pay attention to that. Now, whichever way that you do vote, please let me know in the comments what you would like to see for each room if you have ideas for each one. I would love some feedback on this, and my brain is way too tired to come up with ideas. So please, I'm calling out for y'all for help. Thank you in advance. But for now, I'll pretty much let you sit back, listen to some music, wind down, but be sure to think about some of those ideas because this build is going to be absolutely awesome either way. Now, with all of that out of the way, kick back, relax, and I'll meet you again for the brief walkthrough. Alright everybody, so welcome back, hope you enjoyed the time-lapse, but here we have the actual build, and as you can see here, I did a few things, off the time-lapse here, so before we get too into, the actual surroundings, I just wanted to give you kind of a walkthrough real quick, something simple, and to go over those rooms I was telling you about. But right off the bat, you can see here, this is actually a pretty massive structure. I really like kind of the windy dock here, things like that, the torches on the side. But this is where we kind of get into the beginning of it. So I tried to make a little bit of the roofing side here, but this is going to be room 1. Now, obviously, I think this would be more of a foyer area, something like that, kind of like an entrance hall. But, obviously, this is up for interpretation here. And, of course, going into this, actually, that's not very good. Let me see here. There we go. So this is going to be the first tower. Like if, you pop up here, boop, there we go. We are right there. So that is that. Now, once again, room 1, tell me what you think. Put it down in the comments below. It would greatly help. Now, this is not going to be a second room because I've kind of already done a little bit here. We have this windy staircase, which leads to room 2. And then if you go up all the way, you are going to have just this small little area for the balcony, which will also lead up to the tower. But it's just a really cool site. Once again, I just think this looks so epic in proportions. It's definitely really cool. And then of course we have some balconies as well if you want to look out either or. Now let's get into room 2. So if we're gonna walk in, we have this massive room. Now what I was thinking is multiple like layers, and maybe have like some kind of steep staircase going up and having multiple layers, but I'm not sure. Tell me what you think. Once again, this is a huge area to work with and there's a lot of potential here, so I think it definitely will be very interesting to see. Now for this, obviously I'm going to texture the walls just a little bit more. This also goes into that initial tower. I might keep that, might not, kind of depending. But once again, for room 2, tell me what you think. Let's get some ideas rolling. Now, for room 3, you can see this beautiful, beautiful walkway. We have the light reflecting through the glass panes. I've added a little bit of decorations. You can see this side it's barren. This side has a little bit more. Still got the roof and everything to do, but this is room 3. And it's more of a hallway really, but I don't know. I was thinking about having this be the actual like eating area or something like that. I'm not sure. Let me know. And that just looks so cool. I love those reflections. And this is room 4. So we obviously have the doorway out to the back, but this is going to be a pretty large area. It definitely has room to grow, some space, and of course it goes into the secondary tower here to finish off everything, a balcony. But this is room 4. I think it actually has, like I said, a lot of potential. I think it can definitely grow. And then of course, like I said, we have the outside kind of like, I guess, balcony area would be the only way to say it. I'm not sure, but it looks really cool. Really like the way it came out. So let me kind of give you a little bit here. So as you can see, this is that. We have that there. Looks really, really cool. Tried to go for a very weird shape here, but I think it came out all right. And I really tried to take my time and detail as much of this landscape as possible. As you can see, we have trees. We have these little guys. We have all these different, the different types of foliage and everything, I think really come out. We have this small little window here that will be busted through so you can actually see out of it. But I really like how narrow it is and how it kind of just feeds into it. And then of course we have, once again, these beautiful windows. So this is pretty much that backside with these amazingly like wizardy pointed peaks. And then we also actually have some lanterns that hang from the trees. All the major trees have them except for that guy. But once again, yeah, lots and lots of detail here. I put some obsidian rocks to almost look like oars, which could definitely fit into the history and lore of this build as to why the wizard or wizards in whichever scenario actually built this here. Could be because of these precious ores and they house magical properties, whatever the case may be. but this is pretty much it. So before I do the interior, I would seriously love to hear from y'all. I know I keep repeating that, but that's only because I'm a little brain dead at the moment and a little tired and struggling. So that's pretty much that. I mean, as it stands, that is the build. I hope you really enjoyed it. I hope it's definitely something that, we can brainstorm some ideas and try to figure out. But this is the Wizarding Mansion, Palace, Castle, whatever you want to call it. But that's pretty much it. So this is, of course, the Legendary Porpoise signing off. I hope all of you have a wonderful day. Thank you for stopping by, and happy gaming.